our guests this morning that's going to be celebrating their anniversary this weekend. Mike Johnson from our executive committee, we thank you for being here, and all the other esteemed guests in our group. Have a happy day. All right.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We are the Oddball Men's Choir. We're so glad to be here this morning. Can we just give a round of applause for these great men this morning? Thank you.
Rooster Booster. What a great day. So we have some people in the audience that might be needing to make their way up to the head table. And then we have people in the back. We got plenty of seats in the front. So we're still waiting on our MC. I think he got stuck on the air this morning.
Candace, seriously? I realize we're getting to be the same age, but I'm pretty sure you just had a major senior moment because I told you I couldn't be there for the 65th anniversary because I have to work in PCB. And yes, I know what you're thinking. He's not really working, but I really am. Look. And that is my breakfast.
Here's your breakfast.
Sorry I can't be there, but I'm working really hard at having breakfast.
Can you see me?
Working hard or hardly working?
Bailey, no one hit your buzzer that time. Have a great breakfast, everybody. I'm sorry I can't be there. Love you, Rooster Booster.
Bye.
Alrighty, so what do we got going out here? Anybody out there being an MC? An MC? Hey, Kirk! You're on the panel today. Can you MC? No. Kirk, I really need you. Guys, can y'all get Kirk up here for me? Ladies and gentlemen, tonight to the Rooster Rooster stage after how many years, Amy? 11? 12? Kirkpatrick!
Well, thank you for such a warm welcome. I really wasn't expecting this, but... what happens first? Oh, that's right. We want to welcome everybody. And
I think maybe there's an agenda somewhere. I'm not really
here we go. Yes, right. We're all set. Yeah. Well, we want to welcome everybody. This is going to be a fun day. I was just supposed to be on the panel. 65 years of Rooster Booster, and we got a lot of memories to go over here for sure. So, I feel kind of awkward not having the Good News phone here. Many of you may not remember it, but for years when I was MC, we had a phone that would ring, and it would always be good news. And so it was always kind of it's here! Isaac, thank you. Well, oh my gosh, we brought it back with white gloves too. Well, I'm excited about having the good news. Isaac from the Owensboro Museum of Science and History, that's where it's been for the last 10 years on display. No, it has. So we need to plug it back in there to make sure that it works. I guess it does. Okay, well, we do have a great program for you today. One of the things I wanted to remind everybody about and, reminisce for me. Is it ringing? Is it? Yeah, wait just a second. Good morning. This is the Good News phone. It says I have one new message. Yeah? Uh-huh. Well, that is good news. Well, there were over 2,000 people last week that came to the grand opening of the Owensboro Convention Center. That must have been a really old voice. Okay, well, anyway, back to normal here. We do want to begin with our invocation, so we'll ask everyone to please stand. Sarah Ford will give our invocation. Sarah? Sarah's our former chamber board chair.
All right, let us bow our heads. Father God, we come before you this morning filled with gratitude and awe, standing on the shoulders of 65 years of leadership, vision, and impact that we have created here at Rooster Boosters. You have been faithful through every season, through growth and challenge, through innovation and transition. Today we honor not only the history of the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce, but the spirit that has carried it forward, a spirit of unity, service, and relentless pursuit of progress. We thank you for those that planted the seeds of this organization. We thank you for the leaders and businessmen and women who have given their time, talent, and heart to build a stronger community for Owensboro. And we thank you for what lies ahead. New doors yet to be opened, new lives yet to be touched, and new solutions waiting to be born. Lord, bless this gathering and every person in this room. Stir up bold vision, fresh ideas, and a renewed sense of purpose. Let this moment be more than a celebration. Let it be a recommitment to lead with integrity, to lift others up, and to leave this community better than we found it. We ask that you bless the future we are building together. In your powerful and holy name, we pray. Amen.
And thank you, Sarah. And since this is the 65th anniversary of Rooster Booster, we're going to give you kind of a behind the scenes of what goes on. I have a secret about the pledge that you probably didn't even know. It starts with a story about my father. My father was a bombardier in B-17 in World War II. He was shot down over Germany, and only 5 of the crew of 10 even made it out of the plane alive. He was captured. He was a prisoner of war in the German prison camps, Stalag Luft III, for 2 years. And he told me the story about Liberation Day. He said, after 2 years, that morning, I could feel the ground kind of tremble, and then in the distance, I saw a tank. And a moment later, there were 5 of them, and then there were 50 of them. And he said, when one got close enough that I saw a white star on the tank instead of a swastika, that was the moment I knew what freedom really felt like. So every time that I say the pledge, I take a moment to pick out one white star on the flag, and I think of that story, and I think of him, and I think of the 5 that didn't make it out of the plane, and I think of the hundreds of thousands of veterans that made it possible for us to be here today to say the pledge. So when we say it today, I hope it means a little bit more to you, okay? Here we go. I'm ready.
I pledge allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Ladies and gentlemen, the Men's Mass Community Choir. I know you met some old friends. I have met one too. The very first MC of Rooster Booster in our generation is here. Dr. Don Neal. Don, would you stand? Don was MC until like 1975 or so. And Bart Darrell is here. Now Bart, I gotta tell you, his son, Michael, plays for the major leagues. Last Sunday, with the Angels, he held, I think, the opposing team scoreless, right? Was it the Dodgers were, and Bart, congratulations. Having a son in the major leagues, pretty cool. I was fortunate. You know, well, we got Apollo High School, Sweet 16, coming tomorrow. UK playing as well. And you may not know this, but Independence Bank has an employee, Steve Devine. You know Steve? You're going to see him on TV because he's made it to the big league, the big dance. He is one of the officials at the NCAA this year. So congratulations, Owensboro is well represented. Boy, that community band, you all were just great. Congratulations. We did the secret, who is the secret shaker person?
None other than Jessica Kirk, who was formerly on the chamber staff.
Jessica Kirk was the single, I forgot about the secret shaker. Jessica, where are you? Jessica, who was the fourth person you shook hands with? Heath, Eric, Heath, come on up. You bring Molly with you. Is this what we have? This is great. Heath and Molly, congratulations. We have, this is very generous, 2 season tickets to all of the Beaver Dam performances. This is great. Great seats right here. No, actually it's the Kawa Java. Kahawa Java. This is a lifelong Molly, Heath, thank you all. Congratulations. This is great. You don't do this for 10 years, you forget about the secret shaker. So, let's see, what else I want to do you think it's, good morning. This is the Good News Fall. Well, that is good news. That's really? Okay, I'll pass that on. Well, you won't believe this, but just in the last 30 days, Ms. Can, you know, ragu, you know they make 1 million jars of spaghetti sauce a day? No, they do. I'm not kidding. 125 semi-trucks. They are expanding. They've got 44 new jobs they just announced. And of course, Universe is adding 250 new jobs by 2030. And those 2 alone represent $184 million in investment. They have one thing in common. They're both chamber members. Congratulations to Ms. Can and our community, and of course, Universe as well. They use enough thread every year at Universe to go to the moon and back 7 times. Okay? Just want to give you a little point. All right, let's see. We've got a great program for you. Let's move along. Let's introduce our new members first. And Jacqueline will have Jacqueline Graves come up and take care of the new members. Let's give her a warm round of applause.
Yeah, Chad's drinking Bahama Mamas and I'm working. That sounds about right. Also have to say to the choir, if I could just hire y'all every morning to just come, stand outside in my front yard and just kind of get my day going, that would be great. Let's welcome our new members to the chamber. First off, we have Burger Theory. Burger Theory is a casual dining restaurant with the best patio views. Located inside the Holiday Inn Owensboro, Burger Theory offers handcrafted gourmet burgers, sandwiches, salads, desserts, and a fully stocked bar. Open to the public for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Food is made fresh to order. Come and try the new breakfast buffet served weekdays 6 to 10 a.m. and weekends 7 to 10 a.m. Whether you are enjoying a meal during during sunrise or sunset, the views of the Ohio River will only enhance your dining experience. Welcome to the Chamber Burger Theory. I like that. Davis County Special Olympics provides individuals with intellectual disabilities with year-round sports training and competition at the local, regional, state, national, and world level. Their mission is to use sports to transform lives by providing opportunities to build friendships in a strong community, develop leadership, and improve overall health of athletes. Currently serving over 200 individuals ages 2 to 85. The volunteer-based local program offers aquatics, basketball, cheerleading, track and field, bocce, softball, flag football, bowling, and young athletes. Please welcome Davis County Special Olympics. We're going to talk about some snacks. Do-si-dos blends the comfort of nostalgic taste of Grandma's cooking with exciting and modern twists, offering a variety of desserts created using only the finest and freshest ingredients. Options include cheesecakes, do-sies, doozies, whatever it is, but it's got icing in the middle of it, and I'll take it. Cake pops, crispy treats, on-the-go lunch boxes, and our prized cake selections. Do-si-dos can customize any celebration to your specific taste and offers a mobile bakery bus. Also would like that at my house every morning, thank you. That is perfect for parties, neighborhood events, business celebrations, and any sort of special occasion. Please welcome to the Chamber Do-si-dos. Specializes in high-quality, custom, portable buildings designed for a variety of needs, including storage, offices, workshops, and more. Built in Cunningham, Kentucky, their structures are constructed using the best materials to ensure longevity and reliability. Whether a temporary solution or a permanent structure is required, they offer 16 styles and many sizes to suit your specific needs. With efficient construction and free delivery, they provide affordable, portable spaces tailored to meet any needs you may have. Welcome to the Chamber, Graceland of Owensboro. Man Cave for Men. The Man Cave concept, which features locations nationwide, offers everything from haircuts and shaves to full luxury spa services in an upscale environment. Franchise founder Ahmad created the business after noticing a need for high-end grooming options designed specifically for men. I too have noticed the need for that. Man Cave shops are known for their distinct aesthetic, blending aged wood trimmings, leather and chrome barber chairs, and modern amenities. Each customer is greeted with care and compassion, along with alcohol and non-alcohol drink options, including beer, wine, and coffee while enjoying the space. Man Cave for Men will offer various grooming options, and each service will include a hot towel and shampoo. The shop will also feature a spa room for facials and other relaxation services. We wanted to create a space where men, they say, can relax, get a haircut, and enjoy added touches like a bourbon bar and spa services. Very cool. Please welcome to the Chamber, Man Cave for Men. Youth Basketball Organization is a nonprofit organization dedicated to providing underprivileged youth with access to basketball training, educational programs, and mentorship opportunities. Their goal is to foster personal growth, teamwork, and social responsibility, helping young athletes become confident, successful, and engaged members of their communities. They strive to make a positive impact on the lives of young people and help them achieve their full potential. It's bigger than basketball. We are family. Please welcome OBKY Gators. Oh, some more goodies. The Bee's Knees Bakery and Goods is a local registered home bakery that creates handcrafted goodies to make every occasion special. From custom decorated cookies in any theme or logo to gourmet treats made with love, BKBG's desserts are as beautiful as they are delicious, and I can attest to this. They know that a person's life is created from all the little moments and events they experience, and that every occasion is a cause for celebration. Their sweets can tell your story. They're actually working on an order for me at the moment. Thank you, Aslan. Please welcome to the Chamber, the Bee's Knees Bakery and Goods. The Goth Emporium, owned and operated operated by Jason Cox and Tracy Naylor, the Golf Emporium is a one-stop shop for all your golfing needs. Whether you are a lifelong golfer or thinking about picking up the game, the Golf Emporium is for you. With 2 state-of-the-art hitting simulator and instruction bays and the Tri-State's only Science in Motion putting platform studio, custom fitting, lessons, space rental, and all of your retail golf apparel, equipment, and gift-related needs. The Golf Emporium has it all. They are located at 325 Park Plaza Drive behind Kroger on Frederick Street. The Golf Emporium is golf made better. Please welcome to the chamber, the Golf Emporium. The University of Louisville Community Care Dental Clinic is located at 2811 New Hartford Road in Owensboro. They are under the umbrella of the University of Louisville School of Dentistry. Their mission is to improve the oral and overall health of those they serve. They provide dental care to adults and children and accept Medicaid, private insurance, and cash pay. To get a hold of them, their phone number is 270-691-6205. Please welcome University Community Dental Clinic. A local and legendary favorite, the Owensboro Dust Bowl. The Dust Bowl basketball tournament is a premier tournament in the tri-state area, which has grown into a vibrant and diverse community celebration. Their mission is to bring people of all races, colors, religions, nationalities, ages, and socioeconomic backgrounds for the community to nurture good sportsmanship, citizenship, and safety. Through fellowship, spirituality, nutrition, healthy lifestyles, wellness, education, recognition, cultural music, and entertainment, this event fosters unity. Its success is driven by the dedication of volunteers, participants, and the sport of community partnerships. You're also going to see some really great basketball. Please welcome to the chamber the Owensboro Dust Bowl. Morning Point Senior Living of Owensboro has just completed a $2.5 million renovation, bringing modern updates, expanded clinical services, and enhanced care to help residents age in place longer. With new ownership and a renewed commitment to excellence, the single-story community offers 66 spacious apartments in a comfortable home-like setting. It's conveniently located near Kentucky Wesleyan College and Heritage Park. Please welcome to the chamber, Morning Point Assisted Living. That's a lot of new chamber members. Let's give them all a round of applause. So now I get to announce this month's Ambassador of the Month. And just a 30-second off the script thing to say is when I was here, I had the pleasure of working alongside of our membership. And when you have over 1,000 members and a staff of 5, you need some help. The ambassadors of the Chamber of Commerce here are absolutely incredible. If at any point in your professional history here in Owensboro you have ever been a chamber ambassador, please stand up. Ever been in the history of the chamber, if you've ever been an ambassador, please stand up. Yeah? Can you all give them a round of applause? It takes so much work, and if you are the organization or business and you have an employee who is a chamber ambassador, thank you for allowing them to do that. Thank you for allowing them to help the chamber out in that aspect. So the Chamber Ambassador of the Month is Dan Maroney with the International Center.
Congratulations, Dan. That won a season pass to all of the Beaver Dam concerts. We have an extra set of them. No, congratulations. We're going to introduce the people at the podium up here one at a time or so, but one person I want to take a moment is Keith Lawrence. He's usually at the back of the room. This is, I think, the first time he's ever been at the front of the room, but it's not the first time he's been at Rooster Booster. Keith has been reporting on Rooster Booster for 51 years. He's a Chamber Legacy Award winner and deserves a big round of applause. Now, we have a great sponsor. I don't know how much you know about Oddball Entertainment, but you're going to hear a little bit more about Oddball Creative. Please welcome today's sponsor, Ben Borman. Ben?
Always an easy act to follow. Good morning, everyone. My name is Ben Borman. I'm here today to give you my personal testimony of the power of Rooster. Now, those of you that know me already know that I'm a bit of an oddball. In fact, today I stand before you as the COO, Chief Operating Oddball of Oddball Creative. And just to prove my oddness, here's a quick rundown of my least favorite things. Public speaking, small talk, shaking hands, buffets, large crowds, having my picture taken, dressing up, so I want to thank the Earl for helping me with that, and Lord help me getting up early. And yet here I am, speaking in front of all of you and paying quite handsomely to do so. So you might be wondering why. I'm here because I know one of the greatest challenges in marketing and advertising is getting in front of the right people. And the right people for what Oddball Creative does, they're right here in this room. For 65 years, visionaries, decision makers, trailblazers, and champions of this community have sat right here where you are now. You are the ones who have shaped Owensboro and Davis County's priorities, driven its businesses forward, and provided a vision for a community that's too often without one. A personal business mentor of mine, Big Tom Callahan, from Callahan Brakes in Sandusky, Ohio. Anybody familiar with him? He once said something and it stuck with me ever since. You're either growing or you're dying. There ain't no third direction. And that's why I'm grateful for this chamber and this event. So to everyone here today, to all those who've come before us, thank you. Thank you for pushing, fighting, and advocating for businesses in our community. You've kept Owensboro and Davis County growing, and that's no small feat. So before I wrap up, I want to share a piece of work that we're incredibly proud of. Our team at Oddball recently had the privilege of producing a video for Dream Riders of Kentucky. Some of them are here with us today. A local nonprofit that provides therapeutic horseback riding and equine-assisted services to individuals with special needs. You can learn more about them at dreamridersofkentucky.org. Before we show the video, our CCO, Chief Creative Oddball, Christian Potts, is going to take a few moments to share with you what went into the making of this piece, the collaboration behind it, and a bit more about what we do at Oddball. Thank you.
Howdy. So, I'm Christian Potts, the creative director here at Oddball. And let's be real, people don't read as much anymore, which is a bit ironic because I'm going to read from this because I have a bad memory. But they do watch. Studies show that people that watch video have 1,200% are 1,200% more inclined to share that over text and video. And if you want to capture attention, build trust, and turn viewers into customers, video is clearly the way to do it. But making a video isn't enough. It needs to be impactful, and that's where we come in at Oddball. You see, we don't just hit record, we craft a message that resonates with your audience. Then we make sure that the right people see it through targeted digital marketing. And we've got a lot of tools at our disposal to do that. If you're familiar with running a campaign with this, it gets kind of creepy who we can target and how. Like, it's bizarre. They know what kind of cars you drive, they know your credit score, it's crazy. But we won't get into all that because that's kind of bizarre and dystopian. The best part is video marketing isn't some big, unobtainable thing for big brands with massive budgets. Because we work with businesses of all sizes to produce high-quality, cost-effective content that most importantly delivers results. And we're pretty good at it. Just a couple weeks ago, we brought home a Gold American Advertising Award and Best in Show from the American Advertising Federation for our recent project with Kentucky Guitar Works. It was unveiled on. Appreciate that. It was a lot of work. But seeing is believing. So we wanted to share a video with you that we just finished for Dream Writers of Kentucky. This project was all about storytelling. It's about capturing emotion, showcasing their impact in helping a really great organization reach more people. We spent 2 days on location, learning as much as possible about the organization, their mission, their services, their people, and we wanted to create an engaging and very human storyline that's easy to follow. And we made sure to edit it in a way that evoked a response from the target audience. Because if you're not making content for your target audience, why are you making it? So I'm excited to showcase for the first time today at Rooster Booster the end product, and we're really excited about it. Thank you.
The mission of Dream Riders is to change lives one stride at a time. Through the use of the horses, through the use of our volunteers and our staff, changes can happen in people's lives that you wouldn't see anywhere else. It's a place where miracles can happen.
I have twin 4-year-old boys, Miles and Liam, and one of them is autistic. We found Dream Riders. I just Googled horse riding therapy for autism, and I found Dream Riders. It's really impacted my kids in teaching them everyday lessons of patience and kindness, and they get to have fun while doing it, which is super important to me.
It changes you as it changes the lives of the people that we help. We've seen people start to walk that haven't been able to walk before, that had to come in here on a walker. Now they walk out to the horse and get on. We've heard people say their first words at the encouragement of our staff and our volunteers. Just amazing things happen out here.
You really find out how important a job that they do with children and adults. You see what an impact it makes on them. And it's really something to see them bond with the horse and the horse bond with them. It really is amazing. And that really makes an impact on you when you see that smile on their face, when they know they've accomplished a really big thing, That's what keeps me coming back.
The original mission of Dream Riders was working with kids with special needs, but we've since expanded that, and our offerings are almost limitless. We encourage you to come out, take a tour of the barn, meet the staff, meet some of our riders, meet the parents, see some of the little miracles that we see every day. We would love for you to be involved.
A huge thank you to each staff member and each volunteer of Dream Riders for everything that they do for each child every day, and to our family personally.
I only have about 8 minutes of closing remarks. I do want to recognize Taylor Graves sitting up here at our table. He is our videographer. And I want to say thank you again to the Chamber for having us here this morning, and thank you for taking the time to listen, laugh a little, and learn about the work we do and the causes that we care about. It's been an honor to be a part of today's Rooster Booster. We appreciate the opportunity to share our story and to tell the stories that matter in this community. So thanks to all.
Okay, before we get to the panel and all the memories and some of the stories, here is our chamber update featuring, I think it's past her 10th anniversary as leading the chamber, and just has done an incredible job. Please join me in welcoming and thanking Candace Castlin-Gray.
The only other thing I've done about it's 10 years is be married to Nick and have 2 children. And that's the last 10 years is a long time for me. It's been a wonderful decade though. Before we start with the chamber update today, I would like to go through some special guests that we have with us today. And I want to start with our elected officials that are here. If you all would please stand and remain standing till the end. We have Curtis Maglinger here from the city of Owensboro, Sharon Neesmith, and Nate Pagan, our city manager. Our judge executive was here singing his heart out, Charlie Caslen, the Charlie pride of the Caslen family. County Commissioner Larry Condor and County Commissioner Chris Caslen. We also have our Sheriff Brad Youngman with us today, our jailer Art Maglinger, and former Sheriff Keith Kane is with us today, our PVA Rachel Pence Foster. Yes, and Jeremy Edge at City School Board. And we also have with us today former City Commissioner and a trailblazer for women in our community, Ann Murphy Kinchlow. Thank you so much for being here today to our elected officials. To introduce special guests that are with us. We have a lot of chamber board chairs that are here with us, former chamber board chairs. If you all would please stand, if you've ever been on the chamber board or have led our board, please stand. And I know who you are if you don't. Chamber board chairs. And most of them stand in the back. It's kind of funny. Hey everybody. Hey Dale. And then also our chamber staff. We have staff members from the 2000s, the 2000 teens, back to the 90s, 80s, 70s, Dave. But would you all please stand, all the staffers that are here with us today. We have some of those in the back too standing up. Jessica, Hannah, Jacqueline, Dave, Shannon, Sonia, Keith didn't come, did he? And just to let you know, we've also got our longest serving chamber staff member, and Dave, you'll probably know that I'm wrong because you know the history much better than I. Susan High is with us here today. She was with us for 25 years, 30 years. Susan, we love you and we miss you so much. So as I always say, we do have a lot going on this month at the chamber, but I want to talk about the past week and the stuff that we've experienced, and I feel like we've almost experienced it alone because the outside world hasn't known too much about it. But the hailstorm really has really impacted so many of us, not just us as individuals, specifically those who have a lot of teenagers and college kids in the house who have all their cars totaled in their driveways, but also our businesses. And this has been very impactful for our small businesses, for our larger businesses. Our insurance agents are working round the clock. And shout out to each and every one of you that we haven't talked to, and we're so proud of you and appreciate you. But our first responders, our city, our OMU, our Kenergy, everybody that has been working to make this community continue to move forward. You know, it's that strength of connection that we all have, and I watch Owensboro work together. Sometimes we don't work together, right? But when it really matters, when it really counts, we come together, and this is such a generous community. Our higher ed community has been impacted significantly. Brescia and Wesleyan, we see you, we want to help, tell us how. But just a round of applause for us, for loving one another and continuing to push things forward together. So the Greater Owensboro Ambassadors, they have some things going on this month. Kitty, we're so excited about the professional development opportunities that you've been doing, and we're going to have a social meeting for that group on April the 23rd. That'll be at noon at Lure Seafood and Grill. And then CYP, as usual, has a very busy month. Coffee and Conversations is going to be at Nico's Bakery on, actually next week, on April the 8th at 7:30 at Nico's, as I said. Project Empower, which is a program that our girls, our female CYP started for girls to help them learn strength, confidence, and business skills. That'll be also on Tuesday, April the 8th at Estes Elementary School. It's going to be a fun time at Estes. And the Guys in Ties will be meeting Tuesday, April the 15th at 8:15 at Burns Middle School. And if you're not a CYP, or if you have young people under 40 on your staff or your team, please give us a call at the Chamber. This is a fantastic way for them to connect with the community and to really grow friendships with people and to not just grow their business, but grow their life here in Greater Owensboro. We have a networking lunch meeting, which is going to be Wednesday, April the 30th at Shiloh's Lounge. Shiloh's is so much fun. If you have not been there, make sure you get there. Those guys know how to do it, and it's always something new happening all the time at Shiloh's, and great soul food. CYP Fit Spin Class is going to be Wednesday, April the 30th at the Owensboro Health Park. Saw Colette Carter here today. Dr. Carter, so good to see you today, and thanks for hosting us there. And the Monita Slate Jr. Story Walk we're going to have an opening on that. They've been working so long with the CYP have with the Monita Slate Committee and the City Parks Department and our library. It's going to be a story walk for people as they walk, do their calisthenics, to be able to see the story of Monita Slate, who, as we know, is the first African American to win the Pulitzer Prize in photography, and he is an Owensboro native, and we are so proud of him. And Olga, did your mom babysit him? Or you knew him, or you were? Well, I must have had a drink before you told me that. It sounds good though. They were friends. Okay, so there's a connection when you were. Okay. Sometimes I just make things up. My brother will tell you it's true. So we hope you can make it to that. The Leadership Owensboro has had a really busy time. Great Justice Day. We had Sheriff Brad Youngman and Commissioner Chris Caslam were our day chairs for Justice Day. And Jailer Maglinger is here. Thank you so much for hosting us every year. We really appreciate that. And the staff, the people in Leadership Owensboro learned so much, particularly about law enforcement, things that they thought they knew, but a lot that they didn't know. And we appreciate you all for that. And then Philanthropy, Arts, and Culture Day will be on Thursday, April the 17th. That's a new day that we started under Ashton Warren's leadership, and it's been really impactful to have our class really think about philanthropy and the impact that it can make on our community, because it truly can make a difference. Let's see, a couple of other things to do. Wonder Boy Media, who is here every month faithfully working on our digital presence. We're going to have something for our whole chamber membership, expanding your digital footprint, and that will be at the chamber. More details to follow, but it's on April the 22nd from 9:30 to 11. Drew does such a fantastic job, and he's a great partner. Investors Luncheon will be for 3 months of our members, and that will be on April the 24th at noon. You should have received a letter from me inviting you there. If you're in that group of renewals, we hope you can make it. And we have a volunteer opportunity, as we do. I think this is the 3rd year. Is that right, Katie? The 3rd year for the Isaac Sterrett Cleanup Day, Community Cleanup Day. And the story started when we were going to Frankfort or Lexington for State Chamber Day, Dave. I think you were still there. And we were in the car with Judge Castle, and Kyle Ott said, Judge, why can't we do some cleanup? And we were all talking about just the streets and how they needed to look better. So we started talking, and Kyle takes it upon himself to go back and figure out how to mobilize help through the Isaac Sterrett Foundation. And thank you all so much for continuing to do that. It's just one of those stories in Owensboro, how people come together and make things happen in spite of the challenges that each and all of us have. And it's also a way to honor Isaac and his family and our community. So we hope you can make it. It's Saturday, April the 26th. And if you want to be on the team, the chamber has one, and we need more people to help us out. Upcoming ribbon cuttings, we have on Friday the 11th at 12:15. We'll be at the center of Owensboro, Davis County to open their mobile unit. And then on the 18th, we have the ribbon cutting for the Man Cave for Men. I cannot wait for that. I'm bringing Nick. He needs some help. We'll be there. So we'll also have today at 2:30 the UniFirst expansion and celebration at UniFirst, and everyone is welcome to attend that. UniFirst is was our first anchor in the air park, thanks to Dave Atkinson and his leadership when he was president of the chamber, and they continue to grow and grow. They're really an existing industry now, and they show us that that's where jobs come from, are the people in this room and the people in the community that continue to push and give themselves every day and make our community stronger. The Small Business Fair will be in Small Business Month after the May Rooster Booster. The EDC, the Chamber, will be hosting that together. And it's going to be for new entrepreneurs, existing entrepreneurs, people that are in growth phase to connect with opportunities for their businesses. And pause for hydration. And I just threw it all over my face. So you all know that the CYP, the Bluegrass Initiative, the Chamber and the City of Owensboro have come together to create the Bluegrass Music History and Roots mural project. And that project solicited artists from around the country. We have a mural that we're going to have. It's Rex Robinson did the old one on the Gardner Insurance Building facing the Bluegrass Museum. So they sent out RFPs to artists around the country, and we received, I believe, over 70 submissions about. And we have our winners to announce. Now, we're going to unveil the actual schematic of what they will look like at a later time, but here are the winners of that contest. Andrea Butler which is rooted in tradition. Bethany Previtt, Ode to Owensboro. Brittany Samsel, Bluegrass Legends. Paula Gizecki, Billy Strings. Emsree Cunningham, Blue Moon Monroe. Rex Robinson, River of Music Party. And Amy Bergman, Bridging Traditions. And Adeline Opal Leach, whose father actually works at ONU, and she is a high school sophomore at Ohio County High, and she won as well for Golden Harmony. It's going to be great. We look forward to showing you all what these pieces of art look like. It's just really exciting, and more to come on Steve Johnson's initiative. Thank you so much, Steve, for your leadership. Okay, so tomorrow the gavel will sign die for the General Assembly, and they will leave session. So I just wanted to remind you all that you'll be getting a chamber legislative update this weekend. But I also want to recognize Suzanne Miles. She is always a partner. We don't ask her for things, and she does things for us consistently. And she sent this to us in the mail this week, and it's a commendation and a citation of celebration from the House of Representatives for the Rooster Booster Breakfast 65th anniversary. So thanks to Suzanne for always being so classy and thinking of us back home. And I've never said this before, but, and Kirk, that's a wrap. And now, our Chamber Board Chair, Olga McKissick.
Good morning, everyone. It is such an honor to preside as the 2025 Chamber Board Chair as we celebrate the 65th anniversary of our iconic Rooster Booster Breakfast. 65 years ago, this room, this building did not exist. Neither did the Executive Inn. Ben Halls was the mayor. John F. Kennedy would soon announce his run for presidency. Johnny Cash had recently recorded his live album from the Folsom Prison, and I didn't know that Merle Haggard was an inmate when he was doing that. Oh, on death row, okay. Muhammad Ali, as a young Cassius Clay, and his first professional fight, and Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. moved to Atlanta and became the co-pastor of Ebenezer Baptist Church. 65 years later, our chamber remains a driving force in this community, and our Rooster Booster has a statewide, well, actually, it's a nationwide reputation of the chamber breakfast to come and speak. It has started with a handful of businessmen, and this is bold print, businessmen, as women are standing before you today at the Owensboro Motel on March 27th, 1960. And just look at us now. So today we welcome to the program an esteemed panel, and as we celebrate the lasting impact the Rooster Booster has made in our community. Dave Atkinson, our former mayor and former board chair, Kirk Kirkpatrick. He is a former Rooster Booster MC. He's already said that several times this morning. And Candace Caslin Brake, President and CEO of the Greater Owensboro Chamber of Commerce. And our moderator, Keith Lawrence, Kentucky Press Hall of Fame reporter and a longtime journalist for Messenger Enquirer, who covered Rooster Booster, like Kirk said, over 50 years. I mean, when did you start? When you were 10? I don't know. So I want to thank you all for being here today and sharing the rich history and the heritage of Rooster Booster.
just say that he was better up here than he is back there. I came to the Messenger Inquirer in January of 1972, when a lot of you weren't even born. And they said, go cover the Rooster Booster breakfast. And I said, what? Over the next 51 or 2 years, I covered between 450 and 500 of them. These people were instrumental in when I started, it was at the old Ponderosa Steakhouse where Wendy Hall Biscuit House is now. And you know that's not a big building, so you all wouldn't have fit in there back then. Don Neal was the master of ceremonies, and breakfast was a pastry, either a cup of coffee or a little grade school boxes of milk. I had chocolate milk. So, let's start with Kirk. What are your memories of your first time at the Rooster Booster?
Well, I was probably 25 or 26 years old, went to Rooster Booster at Dave's, in the basement of Dave's. You all don't remember that. Dave, I knew David, and I went for 1 year, and Don Neal had just been elected. He was the MC, and Don was, I think, elected chair, so they asked me to be the MC for that year, and it ended up being 37 years, I think. But, you know, one thing that made such a difference, and I still remember, I had done this for 2 or 3 months in front of 40 or 50 businessmen, and one woman, Jane Noble, was always there. And after my third one, this guy came over to me, and he said, listen, I know you're going to do a good job here. I really think you're doing a good job. Well, he was the ex-mayor, Waitman Taylor. And everyone knew Waitman. He was on every board, and that began a lifelong friendship with Waitman, one of Owensboro's best friends for sure. We made fun of, I did make fun of Waitman's age, not because he really was that old, but he was everywhere. And you know, the jokes would be like, well, here's Waitman Taylor. As all of you know, Waitman was there when they cut the ribbon to open the Ohio River. Or Waitman Taylor, Waitman's social security number is 12. But he would sometimes even call me and say, hey, here's something you can say. But I do remember that one point of support, I guess, as a mentor. And so I urge you, you've got somebody in your organization that's just starting, they're just getting on their feet. One little memory like that can make a difference.
Dave, how about you? Your first one.
Well, I was hired by the chamber by Drew Page, who was the president or CEO at the time, in 1975, a mere 50 years ago. And one of my first duties as a project guy on staff was to help manage the Rooster Booster. Dr. Don Neal was coming on as the chair. The Ponderosa deal wasn't working out very well. The pastry, the coffee, that was free, but the program was something like if a middle school had done well in the state choral competition, that would be the program. Business people weren't just going to run across town for that sort of thing. So we decided to make some changes. The 3 major changes were, 1, a full breakfast that we had to pay for. We went to Gabe's basement to do that. Secondly, that there ought to be some humor, and the character of Chamberdini was created based on Johnny Carson's Carmack the Magnificent character. And so humor has become, and of course, 37 years worth of humor. Well, maybe 25 years of humor. But, and the third was news, that you ought to hear something at Rooster Booster that you didn't already know, or that you might read about in the paper tomorrow morning. In other words, it needed to be something, maybe an announcement. The college is doing this, or David Hawker's opening a new shopping center, or the governor's in town, or one of the board's in town, that kind of stuff. So substance in the programming. So those 3 things are continuing today. And by the way, just to flatter all of us, ourselves. Paducah has since imitated the Rooster Booster, Bowling Green, Hopkinsville, and the greater Hardin County, Elizabethtown Chamber of Commerce have all created a very similar program based on anti-roosters.
Candy, how about you?
Well, I actually started the chamber in '93. So that was my first Rooster Booster, was as a staff person. Okay, that is not me, I promise.
I'm sorry. Good morning, this is the Good News Phone. Yeah, it's still working, I guess. Well, that is good news. Thank you very much. Well, more good news. You may have heard this, but KTDA in Frankfurt just approved the $17.7 million Town Square Mall Family Entertainment Complex, and that's going to be opening. I can tell people ask me who's on the Good News Phone. I never really know, but I can tell if the call is from Frankfurt because they always call collect. It just happens.
But that was the first time. It was not actually running it, but as a staff person. And then when I left to go to fiscal court, I continued to come, and it was the time that I would get to meet people in the community that I didn't know. I just graduated from Brescia University. I was working on my master's, and I didn't have a lot of connections in the community because Chris and I lived in Ohio County, and we commuted to school here. So it was really a great way for me to get to know the community, to connect with friends. And actually, I was kind of the youngest person most of the time in the group. So I was raised by the baby boomers in our community, the three of them on the stage. So that was, I guess it was a privilege of a lifetime for me because there were so many of the titans that were still there, the Waitmans, but also the older people that started a lot of the businesses here, that have since passed us. And it was a great education for me to understand Owensboro and to love it.
And that was at the executive end, I guess.
Yes, it was at the executive end, my first Rooster Booster. Yep.
What about crowds? What's the biggest crowd any of y'all can remember?
The biggest crowd I ever remember it's pretty clear to me, it was at the executive end in the showroom lounge, about where we are now. The showroom lounge was like a Las Vegas style showroom, and the guest speaker, it's 1996, Rick Pitino. Oh my God, where can I get tickets? Well, it was packed. There were probably 2,000 people. The fire marshal shouldn't have let us in. And when Pitino came down, he had the cheerleaders, they even had the Wildcat mascot who was doing backflips and somersaults. Pitino gave a great speech. They were ready to win the whole season. And I remember right afterwards saying, wait a minute, Rick, you may not know this, Coach, but the mascot, the Wildcat mascot, is actually from Owensboro. Come on up here. And we brought the mascot up and took the hat off, and it was Waitman Taylor. That's the biggest crowd.
What about you, Dave?
I went by the Kentucky room at the library when I drove into town yesterday to just look at research. The first Rooster Booster was, the speaker was Lieutenant Governor Wilson Wyatt, and drew 240 people, which was considered huge at that time. Then I saw some correspondence where he and a guy named Chubby Vitito, some of you old-timers remember Chubby Vitito, quite a character. They were arguing back and forth in the correspondence about what the biggest Rooster Booster crowd was, and one of them said, well, no, it was when Paul Harvey was here, we had 545. Well, that turned out to be the annual meeting. That wasn't Rooster Booster. But the Rooster Booster grew, and when we kind of revived it at the Gates restaurant, it moved around, to the sports center a couple of times, country club one time. It was kind of an institution without a home, but has grown. Of course, the radio stations at one time were broadcasting and all that. One speaker I remember distinctly was Bill Cook. He was the founder of Holiday World, and he had come to see me at the chamber, and he had this idea of getting a 4-lane highway from Owensboro to Lafayette, Indiana. Had a brochure printed up and all that going Owensboro. And so I said, let's take this idea to the Rooster Booster. And he spoke at the Rooster Booster, I think about 1977. And it was 25 years, and then the chamber went to work, started working on the idea. We had to get a bridge, of course, and that ended up being the natural bridge at Rockport. And then that forced Indiana to build a 4-lane road to the bridge. And it was 25 years from that Rooster Booster until the first car drove across the William Natural Bridge. There were some holdups and funding in Washington, blah, blah, blah. But anyhow, this I think it proved that Rooster Booster is more than just a breakfast. It's an institution and a part of the civic culture of this community where ideas are exchanged, inspiration is received, and we go on and do great things.
And Dave, I want to say, you used it strategically, not just to inform, but to inspire. And I don't know if we've given you enough credit for some of for most of the projects that we have, because you had that vision. And he comes to town and goes to the Kentucky room. I mean, he's always thinking, he's always researching, he's always 5 steps ahead, looking at where we needed to be. And the Natural Bridge wouldn't be here if it weren't for you. And
if it weren't for the chamber.
But the chamber has to have that visionary leader. But thank you so much for everything you did for us, and what you continue to. But you really were the iconic leader, and thank you for that.
Well, that's very nice.
I want to add to it too. He was the champion of the River Park Center. The Greenbelt is named after him.
I'm David Green.
Of course, he was the national state chair. I was wondering the national state. It's a national award.
If Kirk and I ever did fact checks on us when we were talking,
no, this is true. He was the chairman of the State Chamber of Commerce, and he was named the national leader of the. So this is just one example of what somebody of his stature has done. And he's not going to be up here talking about it, but he's been a great neighbor too. So. Twice.
Yeah, let's wrap it up by finding out how the Good News Phone came about.
Well, the Good News Phone came about in 1979. Interest rates were 12%. The stock market was at 840. Okay, to give you an idea. We were at a meeting with David, having a chamber dinner. Should we even have the chamber dinner? Everything is terrible. And why don't we just cancel it? And what few little things have happened that were good, it's like we're bragging about ourselves and let's just forget it. And I thought, well, let's have somebody else brag about us. We'll have it like a phone there, and it rings, and they say something good about us. So it's not really us. And they'll say, well, who's calling? I say, well, no, it doesn't matter. But it's always good news. And we tried it at the dinner, and it went over so well, we kept it at the chamber for 35 years or so.
And we've been trying to figure out a way to do the next Good News Phone, because there's always things we want to talk about.
Yeah.
And we're working on something.
That'd be great too.
And Chad.
In wrapping up, I want to make something pretty clear, or I want to make sure you understand. All of you all come every month, and you listen to a speaker and take home a message. What you don't understand is I have the opportunity to sit next to these speakers before they came on for 37 years. You send them a message. When they walk in and see a crowd of 400 people at 7:30 in the morning, I assure you that's not what they're expecting. And to be able to say, well, we've got a good crowd because they heard you were going to be here. I can't tell you the message it sends back wherever they came from. Say, I went to Owensboro, you won't believe what's happening there. So you play just as an important role as any speaker that's been, including, well, can I tell that story? I'll tell that story later. One final story. The governor was here, I think it was Fletcher, was it Fletcher? And at the time, this was in 2004, and at the time, there were tolls on the roads to come to Owensboro, the Natcher Parkway, which is now 169, and the Audubon Parkway had tolls you had to pay. So after the governor spoke, I shook his hand from the podium. I said, Governor, I really appreciate you being here. We have something for you we give to each of our speakers, and I gave him $2.35. And he said, what's this for? And I said, well, we're the only city in the state that you have to pay to get here. So we feel like we've got to pay back the tolls to the speakers. Well, I don't know if it helped or not, but they did take the tolls off 6 months earlier than expected. So maybe that was a good $2.35 investment.
Well, we'll wrap it up now and let everybody get to work on time.
Let's go with that.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead. Come up with something else.
Who's the best speaker you ever saw here? Kirk.
Well, the most mesmerizing speaker that I remember, and it's just personal for me, and I actually was at the chamber dinner, but Jim Lovell was the speaker. He was in Apollo 13. And to be able to sit next to him and talk to him for 15 minutes, the movie wasn't out yet. They were making the movie. He said Tom Hanks was going to star in it. And if you don't remember Apollo 13, surely you do because of the movie. It was just great for me. And I brought a VHS documentary of Apollo 13 and asked him to sign it. And he did, and after the dinner I went home and he assigned it Jim Lovell to Captain Kirk. And I thought that was he was wonderful. There have been some great speakers.
Dave?
Gosh, every governor has come through, every U.S. senator, every president of the University of Kentucky, Western Kentucky University is spoken here. People wanted to speak. And matter of fact, we had to kind of play referee a little bit, but we just didn't want every. We wanted a newsmaker, somebody that would actually make some announcement. We've had industries announced at Rooster. I think you were first. That was a big announcement because they were the first one in the airport. And they had already announced the location. They were going to locate on I-65 right outside of Louisville. I got wind that the farm there had some problems with their feed or something. So I called them and I said, are you still open looking at something? And sure enough, they ended up here. So that's that. I don't remember how good a speaker he was, but it was great.
It's not the speaker piece, but it's the COVID pivot that I think that I'm most proud of our team and our board during that time. You know, I try, it's almost like a trauma piece. Sometimes I try not to think about it, but then when I start thinking about what we went through here locally, but we were committed to making sure people needed something good. So we shuttered for maybe a month on the event, and then we came in May, and I think you saw it on the slides with Governor Beshear, and it was right after he took office, and Clay Ford happened to be our board chair at the time. But our team was amazing. Hannah Thurman, who was over here, she made it work, and technology was not what it is now. So she made it, I don't know how she did it, but we managed, and I think that first one, we had over 30,000 people that watched it, from all over the state, eventually, you know, with the views. But that was really my proud moment, as you see from the slides. Remember when we were outside because we couldn't be inside before the vaccine, and then so we pivoted because we knew our businesses were pivoting, and we knew you all had the nonprofits and the churches, everybody had that in the schools for heaven's sake. And we wanted to say we see you, and we're right there with you, and we did what it took to continue on, and that's really that's a proud career moment. But it's the partnerships and it's the staff and the board. This organization is unbelievable, and it's been a joy just to be part of it.
Keep going, you want to stop?
We have time for one more question, y'all.
You've got a question, let's let them ask.
Okay. Anybody got a question then?
Can I have one more question, then a great song from our choir. Oh, Sharon, Commissioner B. Smith.
I just want to say, it's not a question, but in case y'all don't know, Dave is responsible for the start of the International Barbecue Festival. And it's continuing, and he's growing now, barbecue embarrassment. So Dave, he's always there and supporting us.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So while Dave was president of the chamber, we started the barbecue festival as well. It's just another thing that he started when he was at the chamber.
And Dale Taylor said.
And Dale Taylor.
The first one, he didn't know whether we could have 200 people or 20,000. And it ended up being more like 20,000. Moonlight sold out the first time in their history. They sold out. They normally fed their employees at the end of the shift. They had to order amazing. Of course, it's lived on. Thank you.
And the high that day was what, 55 or 57?
Yeah, and a storm came in that evening as all the pits were being lit up on the fires. And I've never seen a more vivid storm front coming across from like Riverport this way, and the temperature dropped to 30 degrees and like an hour. And miserable. But anyhow, the idea survived.
Back then they handed you your burger in a glass jar.
Yeah, that's right.
And I was walking down the street, and it got hotter and hotter, and I stopped, I took off my coat and wrapped it around it, and my coat melted before I got back in my car.
And he's still bitter.
I'm still bitter. Almost as bitter as I am about the pork chop sandwich that had a bone in it.
By the way, speaking of the Rooster being an institution, and it is a cultural institution in this community, but I can't say enough about Keith Lawrence as an institution in this community.
Okay, now everybody gets work on him.
Yeah, Keith, Kirk, you want to cue up our last song?
Okay, well, let's welcome back a goodbye song from the choir.
Oh, happy day. All right, this time? All right.
I want to thank you all for coming. And by the way, while they're getting set up, Dave Atkinson, best-selling author, he just released a book, and the audio version is coming out soon, I think.
If you ever want to run a chamber of commerce, it might be something to read. Otherwise.
The worst speaker, while they're getting ready, I'll tell you the worst speaker. They're getting ready for the last song. The worst speaker, it was at a chamber dinner. Remember a football player, Paul Hornung? Paul Hornung, a world-class NFL player. He played in over 400 games, and he told us about every one of them. We didn't get out till after midnight. I'm not kidding you. He spoke for about 2.5 hours.
Can we applaud the chamber for this wonderful time? Yeah! Now can you give me some rhythm like this? Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. Oh, happy day. When Jesus won. When Jesus won. Oh, when he won. When Jesus won. Oh, when he won. When Jesus won. My sins away. Oh, happy day. Oh, it was a happy day. Let's sing it again. Jesus washed, oh, when he washed, when Jesus washed, oh, when he washed, when Jesus washed, he washed my sins away. Oh, that means thank you all very much. Thank you.